Hello everyone, this is Giovany, BackYard Flick Talk number 3 on my YouTube channel, BackYard Pictures. Today I'm being joined by Bryan.
Hello.
Alex.
What's up?
Jacob.
Yo.
Ivan.
Hey.
And in her debut in BackYard Flick Talk, we got Jessica.
Hey there.
So today's Flick Talk is going to be about the Comic-Con. So we're going to talk about the trailer Glass, written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. And the Aquaman trailer from the DCEU, Shazam, also from the DCEU, Godzilla, King of Monsters. Warner Brothers released all these trailers earlier today, so we're going to talk about the trailer, our reaction, what we think about them, and all that stuff. And then also we got Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Did I say that right, Jessica?
Grindelwald.
Right, there you go. So we're talking about that, and we're also going to talk about James Gunn's firing from Disney and Marvel. We will have a little discussion about that. So no more Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 3, at least not for James Gunn. And we're also going to talk about The Dark Knight. It's the 10-year anniversary. It came out in 2008. Most of us here enjoyed the film, so we're going to talk about that. All right, so before we get started, though, I'm doing my giveaway. It's going to be another Funko Pop giveaway, except this time you get to choose the Funko Pop. So we're going to go on Amazon. We're going to select the Funko Pop you want, as long as it doesn't go over $10.
Have fun.
So that is the budget. Cannot go over $10. You can get 2 Funkos if they're like $5 or $4 each or something.
What a bargain.
And so that's going to go to a subscriber. You must have a mailing address within the United States. And obviously must be a subscriber to this channel, BackYard Pictures. So again, the difference this time is that you get to choose your Funko Pop. And with that being said, though, let's get this stuff going.
And you
let's
better
get this
pick a
started.
good one.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the release of M. Night Shyamalan's Glass. So the trailer was released at Comic-Con. I think it was yesterday, Friday, and it's obviously based on the film Unbreakable and the film Split. So it stars James McAvoy, Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, and we bring all of these 3 characters together in one film, and the trailer shows all 3 of them. So looks like M. Night Shyamalan has a bit of a resurgence after having some floppy and horrible movies in the past. I recall this one time going to see a movie and there was a trailer, and M. Night Shyamalan was one of the producers, and people started laughing their asses off when they learned that M. Night Shyamalan was producing, I think it was Devil.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Is that the one where they're like in an elevator?
Yeah. So they're like on an elevator. I mean, at that point in M. Night Shyamalan's career, you could pretty much bet your life that he was done. But he got some movies, The Visit, and then we got Split, and now we have
Really
Glass. So the trailer was pretty good. So I'm going to start off with Bryan. What were your thoughts on the Glass trailer?
Well, I'm really looking forward to the movie, and I mean, the trailer was pretty good. I just hope I just hope it's good, because I mean, Unbreakable was really good. That's prime, when he was in his prime, M. Night Shyamalan, you know. And then obviously, like you mentioned, he went through a pretty massive slump. And then you saw a glimmer of, well, more than a glimmer of an old M. Night Shyamalan on the movie Split. So at the end, was it after the credits when they showed? I mean, spoiler alert.
No,
I think it was the last scene.
It was like the last
before
scene.
The credits, right? Yeah, they showed the diner and they showed David Dunn, and you're like, yes, you know, the guy that's unbreakable versus this freaking beast that can bend metal. Well, they can both bend metal, I guess. But anyways, one is unbreakable, one likes to break things. So they're gonna clash together, and I'm really looking forward to that.
How about you, Ivan?
Okay, so when is this movie coming out?
In January
2019.
Alright, for the first of footage shown, I expected a lot less, so I was really happy. They showed a lot of stuff. I was expecting a teaser where they were probably just going to show Glass or something.
Yeah, they were showing a lot, actually.
Yeah, they showed a lot for the first time showing any footage of it. The movie looks really good. I like that they're not really selling on it for like action. It looks like it's going to be a lot of just like Unbreakable, a lot of actual like plot development and stuff. Yeah, so it looks really good.
How about you, Jessica?
I never saw Unbreakable. Well, I think I did, but I don't remember that much of it. So I think I should go back and watch that. But I did see Split, and I thought that was really good. So I agree that it was like M. Night Shyamalan's like little comeback in my eyes. Cause,
Definitely
like,
the comeback.
Yeah, because
Last
movie,
Airbender was good.
Yeah, I heard that was
Stuff.
phenomenal. So no, I'm kidding. But yeah, I liked it a lot. So all the characters are so cool.
Same. I haven't seen Unbreakable, but Split was good. I really enjoyed it. Something refreshing, something new.
So you're looking forward to Glass?
I want to watch Unbreakable first,
Yes, you should.
I think we should have to.
and then Split, and then the trailer again.
And when you're watching the trailer, it doesn't feel like you've seen think back to watching the Last Kingdom, the last Jurassic
Fallen
World?
Kingdom?
Fallen Kingdom, whatever.
King of the North.
You see the trailer and they fucking show all the main parts, and not just like a little bit. They show like a few seconds of the actual scene.
I
So,
think that the cool
It
thing
kind of ruins
about
it for you.
the cool thing about Glass is that
No, I'm not
What-
saying Glass did that. I'm
when-
saying Glass did not do that. Glass did like old school trailers.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
really get you ready for it. They show a lot of cool stuff, like a lot of aspects
but
of
they don't
it.
spoil shit.
You can watch that movie and not know what the hell's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
it definitely did not spoil.
Definitely not.
At least that we
was a
know
You
really
of.
good
didn't
trailer.
see the movie
I'm
in
glad
the
you guys
trailer.
brought it up because that was a really good trailer.
I have a question. Do you guys think this is the final movie?
No,
Oh.
no. I don't think so.
I think it
I
would
have
be
a
the
feeling-
perfect trilogy.
Yeah, you got Glass, you got Dunn, and you got Beast.
Well, here's the thing. The first one was Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Second one was Split.
Duns.
This one's Glass. So I think they're going to concentrate on all three characters. So it could be one for one, or it could be this one where they set them up and
Definitely send them
Well,
up. Definitely.
ultimately, if Glass makes a shitload of money, there's gonna be another one.
That's the trend too. The whole.
I mean, ultimately, that's what it's gonna come down
Well,
to.
sometimes they plan it as a trilogy and keep it as a trilogy. Dark Knight, you know, it was planned as a trilogy and that was it. Dark Knight Rises made enough money to make another one.
But that was more like Christopher Nolan was like, "Well, I'm done after this."
And that Shyamalan could say, "I'm done with this too." It's his
I don't think
baby.
so.
Nah, because he's just coming back
I don't.
up.
Yeah, I don't think M. Night Shyamalan will be like that.
It'll be two. If it's successful, it'll be two back-to-back successful movies for him, enough to have a reputation to go back and do something else.
I'm sure he'll do something
and
else.
people
Yeah.
will be excited for him.
I'm
But-
sure
Yeah, kind of like
something else,
kind of like
but-
Christopher Nolan did.
Yeah, he did Inception after Dark Knight, and then Dark Knight Rises.
I think the cool thing about Glass though is that did anyone really expect that Split was gonna be in the same
No.
universe?
No,
as
no
that?
one did.
And well, I mean, somebody spoiled it for me in a little bit, in a little way. Like I heard somebody say, "Oh, have you seen Split? Oh, it's somehow connected to Unbreakable." I was like, "Are you kidding
Oh,
me?"
okay.
But even
Punch him in the
though
face.
somebody said that to me, I still watched Split, and it was really good. And at the end, I was still really pleased with the what was like the connection between the two movies. That was still really good.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true,
because it was
yeah.
it was a huge surprise. That's why it was like
It's definitely a standalone movie. Definitely.
Because if somebody says it's kind of connected, it could be kind of like 10 Cloverfield Lane, like it's kind
Yeah,
of connected.
Just in the
same
universe.
planet.
Yeah,
but it's
same
not
universe.
relative.
Yeah.
Cloverfield was awesome, by the way.
And 10 Cloverfield Lane was really good too.
that's the
So
one
yeah,
with John
I
Goodman.
think they
Yeah,
did
John
really good
Goodman.
with that trailer.
Really good
Because if they can get somebody that hasn't even seen Unbreakable excited about like seeing Unbreakable,
Exactly,
and
same
Split,
thing
like
with me.
they did their job.
Now
so
I
I'm
want to watch
excited.
Unbreakable.
Yeah, so good job, trailer people.
All right, so moving on to the next one. So in Comic-Con, they also released the trailer for the DCEU's new film, Aquaman, starring Jason Momoa and Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
And so, as most of you probably know, Justice League was a bit of a bomb. So the DCEU really needs to get a big hit. They really need to get things going, make sure that they're going to, continue the whole cinematic universe. So there's a lot of pressure on Aquaman. And I think they're hoping to have a splash
Everyone's favorite superhero.
for for the film. So I saw the trailer. I mean, I enjoyed it. I wasn't blown away or anything like that, but it was not too bad. But I'm gonna start off with Ivan. What'd you think about the Aquaman trailer?
Mixed feelings. I don't know. I think it could be good because Aquaman was probably the best part of the Justice League movie.
No,
What?
Cyborg was.
What?
No.
What?
the?
Cyborg was not the best.
Wonder
part of Justice
Woman.
League.
Her acting was pretty shitty.
I saw
What is
15
wrong
minutes of
with
that
you?
movie, and I went like Cyborg.
I'm going to say
Okay.
Flash.
Thank you.
I
Oh
walk
my
out.
god, it's not a
Flash
Justice
sucks.
League review.
Every time I walk out when that movie's on, I think it's the Wonder Woman movie.
Flash.
Flash.
Was fucking annoying.
Okay, when I saw the Justice
My
League movie,
second favorite
I was more excited for an Aquaman movie because he had more like personality than all the other characters.
I like.
Just
like
because he
Aquaman.
was new.
I like the part where he like
No, the
lifts
Flash was
that
new,
submarine.
too.
That was cool.
No, you see so much of him in the trailer, though.
But then once he, I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see what you're feeling. The floor is yours.
So are they-
it's
are
not
they
a
trying to-
Justice League review?
Are they trying to
anyways.
make a comeback with Aquaman?
No.
Like that's gonna be the first one
No,
after
no.
Justice
No, this
League.
is planned to be already.
No,
before.
yeah, this was already canned. This was already shot by the time Justice League failed, pretty much.
Okay,
They did
So
it.
they
it
weren't
sucked.
going to like not continue when they already filmed.
They did it backwards.
Aquaman.
with
Otherwise, they would
Marvel.
just scrap the whole fucking shit.
Yeah, they're just really trying to
Just kidding. They probably would.
make a big hit out of Aquaman at this point because they already invested money, they already shot it, they already filmed it.
Anyway,
I think
They're
by
just looking for
now
it.
people are like fatigued by these kind of movies, and once they see that trailer, they're gonna be like, eh. And then once they see it's like after Justice League, which sucked, they're gonna be like even more eh, and they're not gonna want to watch it.
I didn't think it sucked. It wasn't great, but I didn't think it sucked.
Yeah.
What's the villain's name?
Steppenwolf.
Yeah, it sucked.
Well, the movie's called Justice League, not Steppenwolf, the movie.
Wait, we're still talking about Justice League.
Anyways, so yeah, so let's move on to Aquaman. So, you like Jason Momoa, Ivan, and Aquaman?
I liked him in
Jason
Justice
Momoa.
League. I didn't care too. I mean, I guess I saw mixed feelings in the Aquaman trailer.
Jason Momoa.
Let me see. I guess they're setting up like cool set pieces, really cool action scenes, like underwater.
Yeah,
You've never seen anything like that, so they have so much potential. They have like giant sea monsters.
Did any of
fighting on
you?
their side.
Did any of you guys get a Black Panther vibe?
No.
I got more of like the
Thor.
Gungans from.
You got a
Phantom
Black Panther
Menace.
vibe because he's a king
to
of
have
like
a
some
shot.
unknown shit.
The Black Panther vibe is the secret like world, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
like
he's
they
a king
have
of a secret world.
transportation and stuff like that. So
And he has to fight his what brother?
Yeah, his
Oh.
half brother.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Half brother, yeah.
brother.
God. I'm not
Well,
watching
the
this
thing
shit.
about that is, I don't know, like
I didn't think Black
comic
Panther was
book
that good
characters
either.
are kind of cliche already, so whatever. But anyways, okay. I'm getting a little bit tired of the whole superhero getting bullied when they're young.
Same shit as Shazam.
Yeah.
Exact like
Shazam,
fucking shot for shot
Spider-Man,
from
Shazam underwater.
Aquaman. Like who? I don't need to see Aquaman getting bullied by like land people.
I think those scenes would have worked.
Shoobies.
Like 15 years ago, but
Yeah.
now like I don't know. Yeah.
It's predictable
They're
as
trying to
fuck.
be
He's gonna
relatable.
win. He's gonna beat his
I don't
brother.
think it was that much of a big issue to show that little bully shot.
No,
Why,
it just
'cause we
feels-
have to go
But
back?
it's
bathroom?
gonna be in the movie. That's
Yeah.
what I'm worried about.
Right, but it's just like,
But
no, if the whole story is based on him getting bullied, then yes.
It makes sense in Shazam because he's treated like shit, so he finally gets powers to get back at someone. But if he's bullied by land people and then the whole thing is underwater where he doesn't deal with anyone,
Yeah, it's pretty
Sure.
stupid.
kind of
'cause,
bullshit.
Because like it's just like the fish.
kinda forced
It's just
bullying.
the fish staring at the bullies.
The
like, that's
fish are all
he did.
bullying him.
What about you, Jacob? Did you like Aquaman trailer?
Before I say anything, I am gonna watch the movie, but that movie looks so stupid.
Agreed.
Like, the jokes are so bad.
Agreed. I'll probably still watch it too.
I'm still gonna watch it, but it looks so stupid. I don't know why DC's still following this path of trying to be like Marvel, where like the characters are so nice and shit. I don't know. She go back
Well,
like Dark Knight days.
What joke did you especially like, Joe, about Aquaman trailer?
There was jokes in there. I'm just kidding. The redhead thing was fucking whack. I can't think like who laughed at that. Like really, it kind of pisses me off. Who
There's people
laughed?
laugh at that. There's
Gio
people
laughed
like
his ass off.
Like there's you know in the movie theater and
Like
then, like
Mr.
when they
Red.
say a joke and it's quiet in the movie theater,
There's
that's how you know it's
always-
bad.
There's that one guy
That's
that's,
that
like,
joke.
oh!
Yeah.
That's that joke. Where like they say a joke and you're supposed to laugh, so they pause, and then
It's
the
awkward.
theater's fucking quiet.
Just keep
That's
quiet.
that joke right there.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That was pretty lame.
Yeah. Sometimes they actually show a really funny joke in the trailer, that by the time it's in the movie,
Oh my god, that's one of the worst
they
things.
ruined it
too.
because people already like heard it, so it's not funny.
Yeah.
So when the joke is shown in the trailer, it's not funny in the trailer, and then we gotta hear it again in the movie.
I wouldn't be surprised if they cut that joke from the
They
actual
should.
movie.
They could.
They
I
should.
guess.
If they go for a more serious tone, yeah, they'll cut that shit.
But a problem I have with that is, I guess they just need better writers, because
That's an understatement.
That's saying a
no,
lot.
because first
You need better
people
writers,
complained.
directors, producers.
People complained about the movie
Universe.
being too serious, not enough jokes. They took themselves way too seriously, and now they're trying like a lot of
You
jokes.
can tell they're trying too hard though because the jokes suck.
I don't think they're trying too hard. I think they don't have the right people
They
to
just have
write
a
their jokes.
lighter tone, and I mean they have a decent director with
Who's directing
Aquaman,
it?
James Wan.
The horror guy?
Yeah, he directed Conjuring.
Fear 7.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
Fear 7.
Yeah. Same.
What I was expecting is for Warner Brothers to move the release date because it's coming out in a very crowded month, and since there's a lot of pressure to Aquaman, I thought they were going to move the date,
It's gonna flop.
but
Prediction.
it's not.
Well, it's not gonna flop, but it's not gonna make a lot. When does it come out?
It's
December.
gonna be a
This
wash.
It's December. Yeah.
So
So, one thing about the Warner Brothers Comic Con, they announced today that it's no longer going to be called the DC Expanded Universe. It's Worlds.
that should flop.
No, they just changed the name.
Too.
Worlds of DC.
Okay, so they
World of
officially
DC?
Yeah, it's
changed the name because I know the DCEU was never an official name.
Yeah,
No one's gonna remember all that.
So
shit.
they just officially changed it to what?
Worlds of DC.
All right, so Warner Brothers also released the Shazam trailer at Comic-Con. So it stars Zachary Levi, and it's the next DCEU film that's coming out in April of next year. So what were your thoughts on the trailer, Ivan?
Alright, it's not DCEU anymore, Gio. It's DC Worlds. And
You done got told right there.
oh, it is Worlds of DC.
Oh my god.
Damn!
Oh my god, you don't even know what you're correcting him over.
Yeah, I do.
The
You
world
two
of
nerds,
DC, I guess
it's-
now?
Worlds, plural.
DC Worlds.
Worlds of DC.
DC. So it really
Another
is
fucking
like worlds,
tangent.
like part of like the same universe that's going
I
on.
like
Justice
that.
League?
No. I think what they're trying to do is like multiverse kind of thing.
Mm.
Oh yeah, because of the origin, the Joker movie.
Which I like. I mean, I really like that they changed it to. I mean, they made it official that we're not doing, MCU. Everything's tied together. We're doing, worlds of.
Yeah, that makes sense
I
actually.
like that.
That's a good way for them to
To get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way for them to excuse fucking actors
see you
leaving their
later.
movies and shit.
There you go too.
The Batman.
The lack of consistency.
There you go.
So did you like the Shazam trailer, Chill?
I did. I like that it's new. It's not just an origin story, like very predictable. He because he's a kid and then he becomes like an adult. That's new. We haven't seen that, right? We haven't seen that.
Since Big.
What is that?
Oh, never mind. My age is
Yeah,
showing.
Yeah.
Let's not get into that.
Cut that out.
Say what? What the fuck is that?
Let's just say I'm more excited to
Oh my
watch
God.
this because I don't know a lot about Shazam. Whereas Aquaman, I don't want to watch that. I'd rather wait till that's on stream it.
Legally.
And then, yeah, I'd rather watch Shazam, even though some parts were stupid in the trailer. But I still would rather watch that than Aquaman.
How
When
about
it
you,
comes to
Jessica?
DC.
I think the movie looks really huge. Hopefully it's not rated like R or anything like that. I doubt
No,
it
it's
is.
not.
But it
It
looks
can't
like a
be.
fun little family flick that I can go. It has some like genuine cute little laughs in there, and I do like that it is new also. Yeah, I think it looks good and I want to go see it.
What were your thoughts, Brian, on Shazam?
I really like his superpower of being able to like tell which song is playing just with like 5 seconds of just hearing the song.
What is
We got that at the same time.
that
Air
sucks.
five. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that movie that much.
Jacob, how about you? Shazam.
It's celebrating the 10th anniversary of Dark Knight. How can you not be excited?
Jacob,
Exactly.
Shazam.
There you go.
Shazam felt like a TV trailer or like a TV show instead of
Like a Netflix
on the
original.
EW or whatever. What is it?
Yeah.
WB?
WB. What is it?
CW?
It's tied.
CW. Whatever.
It's tied into the Supergirl series.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Something that I did like is that he's learning as he goes. Like he doesn't know what his superpowers are, and he's like finding out with his little foster
Wait,
brother.
we got that in another movie.
What?
Didn't we get that somewhere?
Spider-Man. I'm like, yeah, but I'm saying I like that. It's fun. Like,
I like the trailer. I'll be seeing it.
I like that it's probably the first movie from the worlds of DC that has nothing to do with Zack Snyder. Like, no like action inspiration, because I think that's like the biggest problem with the worlds of DC so far is that Zack Snyder started with Man of Steel, Batman and Superman, and the action and dialogue, like the script, were terrible for those movies. This is probably the first one that I feel like has nothing to do with it, because
it's fresh.
Wonder Woman has to be connected to that universe, Batman versus Superman, and
Unfortunately,
Shazam, as far as I can tell, has nothing to do with that. So,
Nothing to do with what?
Zack Snyder.
Oh.
He's saying
no.
that whole vibe of like Justice League.
Yeah, because
it's fresh. It's its own little entity.
Maybe that's why we all would rather watch that than Aquaman.
Yeah.
because Wonder Woman, even though I love the Wonder Woman movie, it did have a connection to the DCEU. Get the hell out of here with that.
Yeah, but I didn't
Movie
feel
was
like
good.
it.
Movie was
I will
good. What
debate
did
you
you
any day with
What
that.
didn't you like about that movie?
I got taken out.
You
of
got
the
taken out?
movie when
Because you talked.
either her lines were bad or her acting was bad.
Her acting
either-
was never bad.
Okay, well either the writing was bad or her acting, because I got taken out. I was like,
I don't think the
Really?
writing was bad. I
Right.
think
So
You're
yeah,
probably just
that's
like, show
you.
me your tits.
Gal
No, I'm
Gadot,
kidding.
she's not a great actress.
yeah.
She's not a great
So that
actress,
was that.
but at least you didn't feel like, I wasn't convinced she was French or like American. She's from a
She was
Well, you're not
exotic.
supposed
she's
to.
from a fictional island that you can't really
Yeah.
compare anything
She was
to.
exotic. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about her accent or
Okay,
anything
yeah.
like that. I'm talking about not her accent. I'm saying like the gestures she would give, like facial expressions. I got taken out when she was saying certain things because it felt like you can just straight up see her acting. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I just didn't like her acting.
You have an example?
Like-
'Cause-
Like
Support.
what does she say when she kills the bad guy? Like love wins.
that was the end of the movie. You got taken out at the end of the movie.
Oh my god!
It took you into the end of the movie?
Yes.
I don't know. I got taken out because that shit was whack.
It's a superhero movie. Like, of course she's gonna say something, like a line, like a cheesy
I agree.
line.
I agree with with Alex that that she probably needed more support in the.
She got Chris Pine.
Like I
That's
said,
true.
she needed better support.
She-
that
Man.
that might be
No,
what
it was
saved
good.
it.
I didn't dislike it, and I didn't dislike Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I mean, I thought she was pretty good from when I first heard that she was going to be, Wonder Woman. But yeah, she probably needed more support.
Aquaman needs to take a note of CGI because that movie was really good with CGI.
Oh, I remember what else kind of took me out. The music.
I thought the music was
What?
fine.
And she's walking in slow mo like a badass. You're like,
Oh my
come
God.
on.
It's a superhero
It's
movie.
a superhero. I don't know what you're
Batman
expecting.
v Superman, that was bad.
You can't.
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
apples to oranges. You can't.
with you?
The Wonder Woman, I haven't seen that one.
Anyways, Shazam. Go see it with your kids.
All right, so the next trailer Warner Brothers released at Comic-Con was Godzilla King of Monsters,
Yep.
which is the sequel to the Godzilla film that came out in 2014.
Wait, really?
Which I actually really
Wow.
liked. So a lot of people did not like it because there wasn't enough Godzilla in it, but I liked it. So, Alex, what did you think about the Godzilla King of Monsters trailer that comes out next year?
I thought it was cool. I didn't even realize it's already been 4 years, but I liked the first Godzilla. I didn't like that I think a lot of people nitpicked this, that they cut away when they were teasing there was about to be a fight. I hope that doesn't happen, but there's a lot more monsters that he's gonna fight. I'm excited for Mothra and King Ghidorah. Thought that was
Hydra.
cool. The only thing I didn't like was that the actress from
Millie
Stranger
Bobby Brown?
Things- Yeah, it's like
Why?
Because now they're just milking her.
You're asking why is she there?
Yeah, like why
You
is
know-
she there?
You know what I
an
heard?
actress.
You know what I heard about this movie is that supposedly Millie Bobby Brown's character somehow controls the
This-
monster.
Well, you kind
I
of
can
see that
see
in
that.
the
Does she
end
play
of the
11?
trailer. Yeah, her
So-
nose is bleeding.
So I don't know
Oh.
about that.
That would suck.
For some reason, she eats waffles. a lot.
The upside down, the monster is Godzilla.
Anyways, no.
Yeah, let's
you can't
not go there.
fault her for being a great actress. And
Okay,
being chosen
but
for a movie.
I would have rather not seen her be in this. And then what happened to the people from the previous movie? Are they just gonna like forget about them?
the son that went to his family and already fought all the monsters.
Yeah, like
They don't really need him.
What
Yeah,
else?
they don't need him.
They
Was
found
a-
out all the
there was
information
a
already.
Plot that did have him connected to it the whole time.
mhm.
You know, his family in San Francisco, so it made sense for him to be in it. I doubt that he would have the same problems in the second one.
Yeah, I don't think he's really needed for the
Yeah.
sequel.
That
That's
would be
true.
milking.
But he was in the first one, so they gotta mention something, right?
He could. He could have a little cameo or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Or show a
I
picture.
doubt it.
Or a file or something.
Yeah, I doubt he'll be in this one.
How about you, Brian? Did you like the trailer?
Not too much, but I will watch the movie.
You didn't like it?
Not too much.
Why?
I mean,
So you did like it, just not a lot.
yeah, I mean, for a Godzilla movie, like they have a lot of super large, other characters, other monsters in this one, where I think that the budget for the CGI is going to be an issue. Where, like Alex said, that they probably won't show massive fights. I think they could have downscaled it a little bit more, and maybe showed some more of Godzilla. But were you still maybe waiting to see the movie? Just
I don't
the
think they
trailer.
can downscale it anymore now that there's Mothra and a bunch of
No,
other
no.
But what
no.
he's saying is they won't have as long, like their scenes won't be that long.
Right.
But I don't think so. Okay, so how much money did Godzilla make, the first one?
I think it made maybe like a little over 300 mil.
That's
Alright,
it?
okay, so
That wasn't that much.
Deadpool, a lot of action scenes were cut down because they didn't know if it was going to make money. So they didn't want to take too much of a risk because it was an R-rated movie.
Are you telling me that a lot of scenes are going to be added to like the Blu-ray release of the director's cut, maybe?
No.
Wow.
I think this one
That'd be cool.
will have a lot of action scenes
I think
because
so,
they
too.
they already know people want to see it. They already have a King Kong versus Godzilla planned out for what, 2020?
2020.
Yeah, so they have something planned out already. So I don't think a budget is going to be an issue this time. Whereas possibly,
The Kong Skull Island, was
Yeah.
it? That's connected to the 2014?
It's the same year.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ending
same
scene,
universe.
the last scene, you can hear Godzilla's
I
like.
still haven't even seen
It's
that.
known as
Okay.
it's known as the monster universe. It's
Yeah.
Godzilla and that Kong from Skull Island.
yeah.
So
Skull-
I don't
Skull-
think budget will be an issue.
Yeah, I don't, so if that was the case of why they didn't show as much, I thought it was perfectly fine. Like I didn't think, I didn't feel like I needed to see more Godzilla and Godzilla,
No.
but I don't see them cutting down. I feel maybe a complaint will be too much monster in this one.
If we're talking about just the trailer for the 2014 Godzilla was amazing. It looked really good, and the movie did not deliver on my expectations. So just watching the trailer, I mean, like, I don't really know what to think about it. It looks good, and it looks like it could be bad, but I'm still gonna watch it. Yeah, that's a movie that you should probably
I
still
think we
watch.
can all agree with that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so the next segment here is Comic-Con's release of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, and with a trailer. So I believe this is the second trailer
Yeah.
for the Harry Potter film, which comes out in November. So Jessica, as a Harry Potter fan,
I wouldn't say that. No, I'm kidding.
what did you think of the trailer?
Oh my god, amazing. I'm so hyped for this movie. Anyone that's read the book should be very excited for this, or just seen all the movies in general. It's gonna be epic.
Wait, did you like Jude Law cast as Dumbledore? As a
At
young
first,
Dumbledore?
I was pretty questionable about it. I didn't think I was gonna like it very much. But now seeing him like all in character and dressed and stuff, I think it's gonna be really good. Because it's mostly about Newt Scamander anyway. Well, not really, but
Why does
yeah.
it seem like Eddie Redmayne seems like taking a back seat to this movie?
Who's that?
Newt Commander.
I'm like, who's that? He's not. It's still very much about him. Like, that's kind of the curveball in this too. Is that okay? So it's like Grindelwald. Well, Albus Dumbledore is most famous for defeating Grindelwald, like that, for this great battle that took place. And because Grindelwald was basically the first Voldemort. He was the first, like, dark wizard and who Voldemort kind of, like, looked up to, you know. Because he thought the same thing that he thought, that, like, pure bloods and, yeah, stuff like that. So, well, I wish you guys read the books, but I'm going to say it. Spoiler alert. So, they were both after all the Deathly Hallows, Albus and Grindelwald, when they were younger. Like, they knew about the Deathly Hallows, so they both went on quests to find all the Deathly Hallows. And so, like, once kind of Albus knew that his motive was to, like, suppress, like, mudbloods and, like, muggles and, like, have this superior, like, wizard things, Dumbledore was like, I'm going to stop helping you find all the Deathly Hallows because, you know, whatever. But he had the Cloak of Invisibility. Dumbledore did.
Okay.
So, and he gave it to James Potter, who gave it to Harry Potter.
Right.
So, anyways, so that's what happened there. I know I'm ruining it for you. I'm sorry. Anyways, so yeah, they're just known for this great big battle. And so now we know that we're actually going to see it. So what's been teased in the books, we're actually going to see what took place, why they had a falling out, like all these things that are happening. And now the twist in this is that all of a sudden at the very end we see that Nicholas Flamel comes into play, who is the maker of the Sorcerer's Stone, which gives you immortality and it turns all metal into gold. So I don't know which way they're going to like go into this. Yeah. So it's pretty exciting.
Wow.
But
yeah.
I don't know. It's super exciting.
So when I saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I had no idea where they were going with this. I didn't even know if they were going to make another one. Like when I walked out of the first one.
To tell you the truth, I was disappointed with Fantastic Beasts only because they didn't use practical effects like they did with the goblins. You know, like those goblins, they used way too much CGI, way too much aberration. You know what I mean? Like they didn't show cool like shots of that. I didn't like that,
like
but
Harry Potter.
They were just setting up Newt Scamander as a person, basically, that whole movie. And what's his face, the Obscurus.
Yeah, I thought the first movie was okay, but I wasn't,
after the
that
first,
interested in it.
After watching the first one, I was not excited for the second one. Once I realized the route they were going with in the second one, I was very excited, just because I knew that it was very connected to Harry Potter.
I have a question. Do you think it's going to make a lot of money?
I do. I know it. I'm going to be making all them. I'm going to be putting all my money into this.
The first one made a lot of money.
Because people like Ivan gave it a chance, and if it weren't for Jessica, he wouldn't know who the fuck.
Well, seeing this trailer too, like people that maybe were turned off of it by seeing Fantastic Beasts, well now they're back in Hogwarts and Albus Dumbledore is in play and like all these other things, like things that are more familiar to Harry Potter. Whereas the first one was just completely off the beaten track. You knew nothing. It had nothing to do with Harry Potter. You know what I mean? Like familiarities. But this one does.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll make a lot of money.
Yeah. So.
I mean, the first one I think it made over 800 million
what the
worldwide,
fuck?
And that's just the first Fantastic Beasts without any Harry Potter in it or any Dumbledore or anything.
Yeah, no Hogwarts.
Yeah, now we're back and all that stuff, so it's
so
so much more exciting. But
so at the very least, it might make close to what the first one made. All right, so earlier this week we learned that James Gunn, the writer and director of Guardians of the Galaxy, was fired by Disney Marvel for some inappropriate tweets. So he is no longer involved in the MCU. He is no longer involved in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So starting off with you, Ivan, what do you think about this news?
I think Disney did a little bit too much. They should have had him do a public apology instead of ruining or killing a good streak he had. He did a really good job with Guardians Volumes 1 and 2. He was doing basically shock humor. If his jokes weren't over the top, nobody would have remembered them. Nobody would have been talking about them. So he was just trying to get a point across.
Do you mean over the top like his tweets?
Yeah, his tweets. That's the only thing that got him fired.
When were those tweets tweeted?
Some of them were in 2012.
They range from 2008.
It doesn't matter. They should just apologize.
They range from 2008 to 2012.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Between Iron Man and the first Avengers?
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so
I don't know.
My biggest issue with Disney, with Marvel, is whatever was inappropriate then had a very different standard to what we have now.
Oh, because we're more sensitive now.
Yeah, now after the Me Too movement.
How sad is that?
Yeah, now he as far as we know, he didn't harm anyone physically. He didn't attack anyone personally. He just said some really bad jokes.
Dude.
Really, really bad jokes. He should apologize for how bad those jokes were. They were not funny.
And I think now that he knows he's working with Disney and people like that, he would never say that kind of shit today.
Of course not.
Well, 2012, he wasn't.
No,
because he
No,
contracted.
he was not.
He wasn't.
He would have been.
Actually, he might have been.
He would have
because-
been
Pre-production, right?
hired already by Disney.
Oh, really?
Okay, but
When
look-
did-
Because Guardians came out in 2014.
Yeah, but look, he stopped after that, right?
Yeah, right after that he stopped. Convenient.
Okay. Well, Robert Downey Jr. had that Golden Globe speech where he was basically doing a lot of sexual innuendos about all the Best Actress nominees, and he even ended his little speech with about having sex on stage in front of everybody. If he would have done that now, he would have got a lot of trouble for that.
Okay,
He would have had to do a public apology.
The thing that you're bringing up though with Robert Downey Jr. that you're kind of comparing like apples to oranges because he was making those jokes at his own expense. Like the thing that he said was like, "Oh, I don't see these girls best acting until we're in the bedroom," meaning that they're good acting, which means that he's not good. You know what I mean? Like that's when they're putting on the best show.
And you cross the line when you go into like pedophilia.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, and to me, that's a selfish answer to say like, "Oh, it's
Especially
ruining
for
his
Disney.
career." It's because you
Fuck,
want to
yeah.
see more, because you like his work, like you want to see more of him. You don't want to ruin his career because he's a good filmmaker. Like I agree, but like there is a line. It's not even a fine line. You just don't joke about that stuff, shock humor or not. Like there's just a line. You don't talk about sexualness in children. Like that's just common knowledge.
Yeah,
like
it's kind of
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
that's
very
just
fucked up.
how it goes. So, that's
What do you think
kinda how
about that,
I feel
Alex?
about it.
I agree with both of you guys, but
They're kind of contradicting each other, but
well, with pieces.
Yes, it's just certain points I guess he agrees with.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like that he said all that shit, especially about kids. That's like just like the fuck.
And
but
like timing, like bringing up how long ago, like I don't think that has any relevance either. Like if anything, it shows that what a person he was, you know. Like
Yeah.
now he works with Disney, so he's gonna be
So
more
he's cleaned
careful
up.
about what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's not really the real him.
That
Back
makes
then
sense.
he was being his true self, you know, talking about all these things about kids and things like that.
wasn't this something that resurfaced? Like someone else brought this to the spotlight again, and it's kind of a thing that Disney had to make some kind of an action at this point. Because wasn't this kind of buried, and then somebody brought it back to light, pretty
Well,
much?
I'm sure it was because of how much money he's bringing in for the Disney company.
And
you
then
know?
at this point, Disney has to do something.
oh yeah,
so they
and-
fired
What's
his
their
ass.
image?
And I think because of the content with Disney specifically,
yeah.
I don't think they could have
Children's
allowed
network.
to remain for him to remain on there. Even though they probably thought he was a great filmmaker, he's making them a lot of money, and he has already made them a lot of money. I just don't think politically they could have kept him.
Especially with them just recently buying, was it Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Disney or not, that's just a line you don't cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's something you don't want involved.
That should be the
your
case
name.
with anyone.
Yeah. So I don't know. Time and all that stuff to me doesn't have relevance.
That's true.
So.
But at the same time, I don't mind any of this because I'm not asking for Guardians 3. I don't know who
The
who
only-
is asking for
The only
for
thing I
Guardians
liked
3.
from him was Guardians 1. I didn't care for Guardians
There's
2.
some good things about Volume 2, but
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
I
when
enjoyed
you go,
it. It
When you
was
go from
good.
a really good freaking movie like Guardians of the Galaxy to Guardians 2,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like yes, it had
The
its-
identity of Guardians really comes from James Gunn.
well, we'll see.
But like,
We'll see.
like,
Like-
who do you think they should? Who should direct Volume 3 now?
No one,
I
don't
have
make
no
it.
idea.
Because some people were saying about the guy who directed Thor Ragnarok. Wasn't it Tahiti or whatever?
Yeah.
Alright.
I like Ragnarok. It's my favorite Thor.
I mean, but that's not saying
much.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's not saying much.
So it's not that good. Like, first two movies.
How about you, Evan? Who should direct Volume 3?
No one. They shouldn't make it.
Or
No,
the
They're
other-
gonna make it.
should.
It made
They're
way too
going
much
to
money
make
to
They're
not
gonna
make
make it
it.
third one, but I just don't.
Yeah, they're going to make it, and
I feel like the tonal change is gonna be very obvious.
well,
Yeah.
the big problem with Volume 2 was they saw what worked really well with Volume 1, and they tried to reproduce it, and people were already expecting. They already knew what to expect from Drax. They already knew what to expect from Rocket Raccoon. So I think having a different director, different script, because James Gunn wrote the scripts, right?
Yeah.
That'll be the good change. Good change.
All right, so moving on to the last segment here. So, The Dark Knight came out 10 years ago, July 18th, 2008. And we're going to discuss the film that most of us enjoyed and liked.
Kissy.
And so let's start off with you, Alex. What do you
up?
think about The Dark Knight that
Look.
came out 10 years ago?
I saw it in theaters, and there was a bunch of fucking crying babies, so that kind of took me out. But the movie was really fucking good. I had to mention that because that was my first experience. There was a bunch of crying kids.
The popcorn was kind of stale, but
Nothing to do with the movie.
Would you go watch the re-release in IMAX that's coming out at the
In
end of
theaters?
August? Yeah.
You kind of have to. I mean, if you like comic book movies, this is like the holy grail. So you kind of have to go see it in theaters, right?
Agreed.
What about you, Brian? What are your thoughts on The Dark Knight after 10 years?
justice.
Okay, let's say who wasn't quoting the Joker after they left the movies?
I wasn't. Brian, what are your thoughts
Fuck
on The Dark Knight 10 years later?
Well, things have really changed. That's all I gotta say about DC in terms of movies coming out. Yeah, things have really freaking changed.
They went downhill.
Yeah, I mean, you have the best comic book movie of all time, and then there's only one way to go after that.
Yeah, so
down.
Can only go downhill.
Yeah. No, you can only go
Sideways?
down after that, and they've shown that they are going down. So
hard.
yeah.
What about you?
We're talking about freaking Aquaman being the glimmering light of freaking the DC universe, or
I'm not. I'm talking about freaking
like
Wonder
the
Woman.
only saving grace that
Wonder
Wonder Woman. No one's
Whoa.
saying
Well,
that.
we talked more about.
Well, the Aquaman is because that's the next movie that's coming out.
Yeah, but no, Wonder Woman is the shining star here.
Yeah,
Don't get
what does that tell you?
twisted.
Oh, shit,
good.
Wonder
Whoa.
Woman and Aquaman being like
Someone
thinking
doesn't
back,
have taste.
thinking back 10 years, and you're like, okay, in 10 years, where's the DC universe gonna be? Oh, Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
And it's gonna be called
Fuck.
World of DC.
Shit, yeah, the world.
Because they fucked up so bad that they
Yeah,
have to
exactly.
separate it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts,
Poor-
Ivan,
poor
on The Dark Knight?
management.
Dark Knight, the greatest movie of all time.
Damn, greatest movie of all time?
I think so.
The greatest?
The greatest movie of all time. I saw that movie 5 times. I would have seen it 6 times if my little brother wasn't born the day I was planning on seeing it for the 6th time.
You're like, fuck, Michael.
Damn, that was in September. The movie's been out for like a month and a half at that point.
Yeah.
Fucking once a week, dude.
Once a week.
That movie was in theater for like a year, wasn't it?
Damn.
No, it wasn't. Like
How long was it in theaters for?
like
Like
2 months. Yeah.
Really? No.
After Michael was born, I couldn't see it in theaters anymore.
No,
Can't find-
when it was released.
Right.
Yeah.
It was only released for 2 months?
Yeah.
I thought it was in theaters for way after.
How much money did
Sorry.
it make?
Over $1 billion, right?
Worldwide over $1 billion. Yes.
That's right.
Over worldwide.
Yeah,
Over
it should have got nominated for Best Picture and it didn't, just because the Academy was way behind in genre films.
Yeah, they added the number of nominees because of The
one?
Dark Knight. So it used to be 5 Best Picture nominees, and they bumped it up to 9 to 10
Yeah,
because of The Dark Knight.
just to make sure that movies like The Dark Knight, which some snobs would have been like, ooh.
Yeah, because The Dark Knight got 8 Oscar nominations. None of them was Best Picture.
Or best sound.
None of them was director. None of them was screenplay. The score, I think it didn't qualify because
It
it
wasn't
was
original?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Or else it would have, I
Yeah.
think. But,
Yeah.
What won though?
Hmm?
What won?
What did it win at?
No, what did win?
it's obviously Heath Ledger,
Yeah.
supporting actor,
No.
and I think film editing. I think it was film editing.
I meant like at the Oscars.
Best Picture?
Yeah.
Who won 2008 Best Picture?
Oh, Best Picture that year, Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh.
That came out in 08?
Yeah,
Anyway.
Oh, shit.
it was at 10 years.
I thought it was way before, but anyways.
It's the 10-year
Well-
anniversary. Happy birthday, Dark Knight.
Does the movie have any flaws?
Yeah, it has
Yes.
flaws, but the movie's so good, I can easily forgive them. Whereas
Yeah,
other
yeah.
movies, those flaws is enough to make me not want to ever watch it again. Some flaws in the movie would be like some of the plot holes.
What
Like
plot
the-
holes?
The part, the fundraiser scene where Joker drops Rachel from the top of the building, and
Yeah.
Batman like rescues her, grabs her. He's at the bottom of the building. Why wouldn't he just secure the building, make sure the Joker doesn't escape the building? He's all the way in the top. Batman's all the way in the bottom. He could easily call cops or just secure to himself.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that's a plot hole. A lot of people complained about that, but the movie's so good, you forgive it, or you don't even think about it.
Yeah,
Now
I
I'm
didn't
thinking
think
about
I know. Now that you pointed it out.
The movie's
Movie
so
sucks.
No, the movie's so good. You don't
After 10
you don't-
years.
Either like if you think about it, you forgive it, or you're a hater and you just don't like the movie, or you didn't even think about it. One of the three.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, it felt like there was like
Classic.
more than one ending in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Like it was like 2 or 3 endings, and you shouldn't really think that the movie's over, and there's still like 30 minutes left in the movie. So that shouldn't really be the case in a movie, but
Wait, so that's your complaint?
that's a flaw, I think.
Where did you feel like it ended, or it was wrapping up first?
The whole thing with what was it?
When Heath Ledger's on the upside down?
Yeah, I guess so. That's one of them. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because it's like, well, yeah,
From what I remember, that is the ending.
No.
No, it's not.
No, there's still more because it's the
Yeah,
Two-Face.
he tells
Dent.
him about Harvey Dent, Two-Face. So
Oh,
he has
that's
no
his
rest
wild
the
of it.
whole Harvey Dent thing happens after.
Harvey Dent's a wild card.
No, it happens.
He is.
The part where he takes Commissioner Gordon's family hostage.
Yeah.
That happens after he captures the Joker.
Oh, I thought that was before.
That's how it is.
But the thing here's
Yeah, that's
here's
how
the
it
thing.
is.
I like movies where you don't know where the movie's gonna end. Whereas The Dark Knight Rises, as soon as the movie got like the plot developed, I already knew how it was gonna end. They were gonna have to figure out what to do with the bomb. Whereas The Dark Knight,
You
had
predicted it
no-
halfway through.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, either Gotham blows up or Batman's gonna
Sacrifice himself.
Not sacrifice himself,
Just
but
deactivate the bomb.
yeah, the bomb was not gonna blow up in Gotham.
Yeah.
Either way, either blowing up somewhere else or get deactivated. Whereas The Dark Knight had no idea at any point in the movie how the movie was gonna end. I didn't know whether it was with the capture of the Joker, whether it was dealing with Harvey Dent. I had no idea. So the whole time I loved the movie. Nothing about it was you didn't expect anything to happen. It was not predictable. Whereas Dark Knight Rises was very predictable. Batman Begins, well, you had an idea how it was gonna end. It was gonna end with the defeat of Ra's al Ghul,
Yes, anyway, so there's the unpredictability and all that
which
stuff,
makes it great.
which is
Same thing with the Joker.
which is cool and stuff.
That's why
but
the Joker's so good.
but a film should not make you think that the movie's over.
I mean, it wasn't like freaking Return of the King.
Oh fuck then.
That's what I'm saying. Like Return of the King.
No,
you're
but
getting up
the
from your seat like 3
pacing,
times.
the pacing of the movie, the way it was structured, the way it was shot, the way it was, as far as the storytelling, the way it all came, it felt like it was wrapped
wrapping
up. It was done, and then there was
Well,
still more to it, which is
if-
fine. I mean, I like that there was more to it, but it shouldn't make you feel that it's done. I think.
Well, if you felt like it was wrapped up, did you forget about Two-Face?
No. I knew that he was in there, but this is a Batman movie.
No, I
Who
know.
said that he's not going to be in the third film?
Yeah, I know. What I like about movies is that it doesn't end with a cliffhanger. It gets set up from the very beginning and gets resolved at the end.
They showed the main villain, the Joker. He
Yeah.
shows up at the very beginning of the movie. So they captured him. It's done. So then they still showed Two-Face. They still develop him later on. We didn't even see Two-Face until what? Like the last 15 minutes of the movie or
No,
something?
it's more than that.
Or like the actual Two-Face, not Harvey Dent. But I
The
mean
actual
like
Two-Face.
the villain actually being able to do something.
Manifested himself
Right.
as Two-Face.
That was like towards the last 15-20 minutes of the movie. I mean, I just think it's part of a little flaw. I don't really think it makes it be like, oh, it's a bad movie because of that. I'm just saying it's a little flaw, a little
Okay.
nitpick
Mm-hmm.
that was like, well, maybe they shouldn't have done that, or maybe they should have pushed it into another film, because I wanted to see more of Two-Face too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I want to see
especially
more of a
after
development
they-
with his character, because he's a really good villain as well.
He's a very good villain, but I think I saw him more as a tool for.
You don't
Well,
think
now we know
you don't
that.
think he could have carried a whole movie by himself?
I'm not saying he couldn't. I'm saying that he was a perfect tool for the Joker, and The Dark Knight was mainly the Joker.
Yeah.
Everything that was really good about that movie had to do with the Joker. The fact that you didn't know when it was going to end had to do with you don't really know what the Joker's going to do.
Yeah.
The fact that there was 3 different stories on how he got the scar, you don't really know if that's the case or not. And going back to Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker and going back to his main backstory, I don't think they should do that, that much, because the fact that he's very mysterious, I think Joaquin Phoenix could really play that well without having to go too much with backstory. Because when you're watching a movie and you kind of know what the backstory is of a character and they show you what their interpretation of the backstory is, then that kind of kills it for you.
You need to
Yeah,
judge it.
I mean, I'm fine with an origin Joker film, but I don't think it should be like get too detailed to
Right.
know about
Yeah,
Joker.
when it gets boring, it's like, okay, well, I have to watch him in kindergarten now.
So-
Get bullied?
Yeah, get bullied.
But
That's the origin of the Joker.
I'm only okay with seeing bullying with Spider-Man, dude. That's it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
At this point,
Bullying ruined Halloween, the remake.
Oh,
he
yeah,
had
where
a
his
bad,
mom's like a
he had a
stripper.
bad home, bullying problems. Bullying ruins a lot of things. It's such
Definitely
a cheap thing,
ruins a lot
so
of
you better not
things.
get bullied in that movie.
unless you're Spider-Man.
all right, so this wraps up the Backyard Flick Talk number 3. We talked about Comic-Con trailers and news and whatnot. Talked about the somewhat controversial topic about James Gunn,
Somewhat.
and then we talked about the Dark Knight 10th anniversary. And also, don't forget that I have the giveaway, so make sure you're a subscriber to this YouTube channel, Backyard Pictures. Must have a mailing address within the United States. So just follow the instructions on the video description, and make sure you're following me on Instagram, Backyard Flicks. So I'll thank all you guys, Brian, Jessica, Alex, Ivan, and Jacob, for joining me today. And that wraps things up here. And thank you very much for watching or listening. And I'll see you guys next time.